Good afternoon, everybody. Happy Wednesday, Tuesday. It's Tuesday. So we have some upper body today. I'm going to start us out with some stretches, then we'll get into it. So you guys are with me for like the next hour or so. All right, so we are going to first start off before I get into that, make sure you have something that you can kneel on if you need to, or place your forearms on, or those palms on, whatever it is. I will go over what we are doing. A towel and a water, if you would like. I really do recommend a water always, but okay, so we're going to start out with some stretches. So getting into some jumping jacks is getting that heart rate up in 3, 2, and 1. So just jumping it out just for about 10 more seconds, and then we will stop, I promise. So going for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So coming down. Now I should just write in like a pen and then highlight it instead of pencil because I can barely see. All right, so taking those arms up, so kind of making it like a 90-degree bend. We're just going to take them down and then press them up or pull them up. So just tapping out those feet, just keeping it nice and controlled, like don't just swing them, but just nice and controlled. Just coming shoulder height and back up. Keeping the shoulders away from those ears. Going for the next 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Dropping the hands down. Now we're going to bring it back up to that 90 degrees, and we're just going to take it in and out to the sides. So still keep tapping out those feet, just bring it in and out, just kind of like a fly. Again, keeping the shoulders down from the ears, keeping that 90-degree bend, nice and controlled. We're going to drop it down in 3, 2, and 1, dropping those arms down. Keeping your feet tapping. So we're going to take it out to a lateral raise, bring it down, and bring it up to a front raise. So taking it out, down, up, down. So out to the sides and then out to the front. You can still tap it out. I feel like it's going to throw me off a little bit, but, or it feels like I'm in cheer. All right. So just breathing here, just warming up those arms and that upper body. We're going to be stopping in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, so coming over, if you have something to come down to, we're going to go into just a downward dog position. So walking those hands out, pressing those heels down, pulling the head between those biceps and chest to the knees. Just finding this nice stretch here for about the next 10 seconds. Pulling your chest in 1 inch closer to the knees for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Walking the palms back to the feet, rising it up nice and slow. All right, so remember, grab what you need right now. I'm going to go over the first things that we're going to be doing. I'm a little lightheaded. All right, so our first set of 3 things, our first thing of 3. All right, so we're going to be going in to a plank, keeping those feet nice and wide. We're going to pike up the hips, tap the hand. The right hand will come to the left foot, come back down to the plank, left hand to that right foot, or as close as you can get. So we're going to go into those plank, like those plank cross taps. Then we're going to go into some cobra push-ups. So untucking the toes, we're going to lower down. Hands are going to come right by those ribs, and we're just going to press it up, keeping the elbows tight and lowering down. As you lower down, make sure that you don't lower down all the way. Keep that constant tension going. All right, then we are going to come into a high plank. We're going to bring the right knee to that left elbow, take it back, left knee to the right elbow, and then take it back. So we have those 3 things 3 times, and then we move on to more upper body. So remember, grab what you need right now, and then we will get started shortly. All right, so we're gonna get started. So everybody, so hinging at those hips, we walk those hands out. And remember, we come into that high plank, spreading those feet. We're gonna take it back and take it down. We're gonna do this 10 times. So for this, it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4 instead of 1, 2, like right hand, left foot, 1, left hand, right foot, 2. All right, so we take it up, spreading those feet, taking the hips up, reaching that hand over in 3, 2, and 1. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Walking those hands back to the feet, rising up nice and slow, rolling those shoulders back. You have about 15 seconds. I have a hair attached to my leg somewhere. Keep, or, you know, you get those random hairs and you just can't find them. All right. So next we have those cobra push-ups. So keep moving around for the next 10 seconds. We're going to be laying on the stomachs. Hands are going to be right by those ribs. The shoulders are going to be pulled down from the ears. So as we press up, we keep it nice and tight, elbows close to the body. As you lower down, we keep constant tension. So do not release all that body weight to the ground. But we come down right now. So untucking those toes. We're going to start laying down so that way we can get that positioning. So hands go right by the ribs, pulling the shoulders away from the ears. We're going to take it for 10 in 3, 2, and 1. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lowering down, bringing the hips back, walk the palms back, and rise it up. In 15 seconds, we have our next movement. And remember, we're bringing the knees to the elbows. So it's almost like a mountain climb, like a twisted mountain climber, but we take it slow and we're not running it out. So we're just going to be twisting that right knee to the left elbow, left knee to that right elbow, keeping the knee nice and high. And as we twist, just keep it nice and controlled. We're going to stack the shoulders over the wrists. So taking it down right now. All right. So we tuck the toes, meeting me in that high plank. We're going to take the right knee over. So for these, we're going to go for 10. And this is going to be right knee, left elbow, left knee, right elbow is 1. All right. So I'll count us down from 10 in 3, 2, and 1. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Walking the palms back, rising it up. Round 1 is done. We move on to round 2. So remember, we start out with those plank reaches. We move into those cobra push-ups, and then we do what we just did. All right, so we get ready in position, hinging it forward, we walk it out into that plank, spreading those feet. We're going to take it the right hand to that left foot in 3, 2, and 1. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Walking back, rising it up. We roll the shoulders and shake it out. We have our cobra push-ups in 15 seconds. So kind of just shaking out those arms. If you want to, you can always take the arm across the body, maybe take it behind the head, whatever you would like. But we lay down on the ground right now, untucking the toes, finding our correct position. So hands are placed right by those ribs. We pull the shoulders down. And as we press it up, the shoulders still stay down. But we go in 3 for 10, 2, and 1. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Pressing it back, sitting the hips back, stretching out in that child pose for a second. And walk the palms back, rise it up. We have that pocket in your shorts, keep popping out. Okay. Last movement, round 2. I feel like that's like, we're moving today. Okay. So in 15, we bring the knees to the elbows. So the twisted mountain climber without it being a mountain climber. All right, so we hinge it forward, taking the hands out, meeting in that high plank position, shoulders over the wrists, lifting up and out of the shoulders. We take the right knee to the left elbow, left knee to the right elbow for 10, for 10 in 3, 2, and 1. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Walking it back, we rise it up, shaking it out, and we have one more round in 15 seconds. All right. So last round of those planks, and we tap the hands by the feet. We come forward, we walk it out. And we're gonna go in 3, feet are spread apart, 2, and 1. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Walking it back, rising it up, shaking it out. We move on to those cobra push-ups next in 15. Laying down to the mat or the ground, whatever you are on, untucking the toes. We place the hands right by the ribs, pulling the shoulders down, elbows in, and we go in 3, 2, and 1. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Pressing it back, Sitting it back, stretching the arms forward, walking them back, and we rise it up. And last thing, we have those knee to the elbows. We're going to go for 10 in 15 seconds. Okay. Get the energy. Okay. So remember, we mean in that high plank position, feet together, shoulders over the wrist, lifting up and out of the shoulders, neck is nice and long, right knee to left elbow in 3, 2, and 1. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Walking the palms back, and we rise it up, shake it out. You guys have about 1 minute and 15 of a little rest, but make sure you're still moving around. Grab water right now if you need. I feel like I need it. And I'm going to go over what we're doing. All right. So we're going to come into some tricep dips. I know we've done these before, so we should be pros, right? So fingers are going to face forward, shoulders pulled down from the ears. We're just going to lift up. And from here, we just hinge at the elbows, keeping them nice and tight to the body, and then press them up. So just some tricep dips. All right. So after those tricep dips, we're going to take it into shoulder taps. So I'm just going to flip it around. You can spread the feet apart. If you're on those knees, spread the knees apart. Or it's going to take the right hand, left shoulder, left hand, right shoulder. The reason we keep the feet or the knees apart is to keep that stabilization so the hips don't shift side to side. I know I've said this before, naturally they're going to shift a little bit just because you are moving. Just the goal is to keep that core nice and tight so they don't shift completely and then we take it out of everything because we're just using momentum at that point. All right. And then after that, we're going to come into a low plank, shoulders stacked over the elbows, feet out. We're going to take the hips up, rolling from the toes, lowering the hips down into that low plank. So squeezing from those lower abs, lowering down, focusing on that breath. So every time you exhale with your abs, try and focus on squeezing them nice and tight. And then you can really feel on that exhale, like if you let it out through your mouth, not just through your nose, but through your mouth, you can really feel it. So we have tricep dips, shoulder taps, and those like little plank to pikes, low plank to pikes. All right, so we have those 3 times, and we'll get started in about 15 seconds. So we're going to start out with those tricep dips. So if you guys want to get in position right now, in about 10 seconds, we'll get started. So remember, fingertips are going to face forward. We're going to lift the hips up in 3, 2, and 1. So lifting those hips up. Remember, shoulders down, and we just keep the elbows tight, hinging at the elbows, taking it down, pressing it up in 3, 2, and 1. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Dropping the hips down, straightening out those legs, reaching those arms forward, and bring them out to the side. Let's just go into some arm circles. Just going clockwise, or yeah, clockwise. I'm like, wait a minute. All right, and taking it back, rotating the opposite way. We're going to go into those shoulder taps in 3, 2, and 1. So flipping it over. Remember, you can be on those knees, just hinge the hips forward and spread the knees apart, or you can be on the toes, just keep the feet spread apart. But we're going to go for 10. So right hand, left shoulder, left hand, right shoulder is 1, but I'll count us down. So we're going to go for 10 in 3, 2, and 1. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Dropping down to the knees, walk the palms back, and let's bring the arms up above the head, pulling at that right elbow. Tapping that right hand to that back. Releasing in 3, 2, and 1, releasing that right arm. Bringing it up, pulling down that left elbow, tapping that left hand to that back. And releasing down. All right, rolling those shoulders back. Roll them forward. And let's bring it into that low plank. So shoulders stacked, neck is long. We're on the tips of those toes. Belly button is plugged into the spine. We're going to take it up and down for 10 in 3, 2, and 1. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Dropping down to the knees, bringing the palms back, taking it to that right hip and stretch those legs out. All right, so we're going to take that right hand or that right arm across the chest, pulling it up and in. If you want, you can kind of shake out those legs a little bit. Your call if you want to bring the knees up. Sit crisscrossed. Dropping that right arm. Crossing those arms because it feels nice. All right, taking that left hand across. Pulling it up and in. And we have those tricep dips next. We're going to get started in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So releasing that hand or that arm. Fingertips forward, elbows are facing back. We lift the hips up in 3, 2, and 1. So lifting up and we take it down for 10. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Dropping the hips down, shaking out those arms. And let's inhale the arms up. Taking the fingers together, I want you to face the palms up and just kind of stretch. We're going to take it over to the right. Keeping the chin off the chest, take it center, and to that left. Keeping that chest open. And take it back to center, releasing it and flipping it around. All right, so we have those shoulder taps. We take it for 10, right hand, left shoulder, left hand, right shoulder, spreading the knees, hinging the hips or on the toes, keeping that nice tight plank. All right, we take it up in 3, 2, and 1, and let's go for 10. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Dropping down to the knees, taking the arms out, and let's go to those arm circles. Keeping the arms lifted, trying to keep them in line with the shoulders. Try not to do it down here. Just try and keep them up. And let's rotate the arms back. Pulling the shoulders away from those ears as we do this. Dropping down in 3, 2, and 1. Dropping the hands down. We're on our second round, on our last thing for it. So stack the shoulders over the elbows, extending those legs out, meeting me in a low plank. We take the hips up in 3, 2, and 1. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Dropping down, walking the palms back. And we have one more, right? One more round. So taking it down to that right hip, stretch those legs out. Inhaling the arms up. Exhale them down. We're going to hinge at that right elbow, reaching that left arm over. Making sure we're not turning, just keep the chest open. Bringing it back to center, dropping that left, extending that right. We start our last round. So taking it back to center. So remember, fingertips face forward. We go into our tricep dips, bending at the knees, taking the hips up. We go in 3, 2, and 1. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Dropping the hips, extending the legs, and just reach it forward. Bring the hands together, interlace those fingers, and round that spine, pressing it out. Taking those hands up. Keeping that nice long spine. Dropping the hands down, we shift it over and we get into our shoulder taps for our last time. So remember, modify on the knees, challenge yourself on the toes, but we go in 3, 2, and 1. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Dropping down to the knees, sitting the hips back, and let's just stay planted here. One more round of arm circles. So taking it forward, keeping those arms up high, shoulders down, chest is open. If this hurts the knees, you can always sit on your booty and extend those legs. And we take it backwards. Coming forward into a low plank in 3, 2, and 1. Our last round of these. So we stack the shoulders, extend the legs. We take the hips up in 3, 2, and 1. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Dropping down to the knees, pressing it up, rising it up. You're like, finally, finally we're standing. All right. So taking about a minute and 15, I'm going to go over what we're doing next for our last thing. All right. Let's swallow it. All right. So we're going to take it into, I find it's odd of what it's called, but it's called a bird dog. All right, so that left leg is going to extend as well as that right arm. We're going to bring the elbow into the knee and extend it back out. So we're going to crunch it in, pulling the knee up high into the chest and extending it out. So we're going to go for 10 on the right. Well, 10 with the right hand, left knee, and then 10 with the left hand and the right knee. Then we're gonna go into some T raises. So we're gonna lay the stomach down, extending those arms out, and we're just gonna lift up and lower down. So we're gonna squeeze the back and lower down. But when I lower down, I'm not dropping the palms. I'm just lowering them shoulder height. So we squeeze it up, lower down shoulders, squeeze, lower. Then we're just gonna go into some standard push-ups. So if you want that challenge, you can take it up to the toes to that high plank. For me, I'm gonna modify these, so just normal push-ups. So we're just gonna go for 10 of these. So 10 push-ups. If you're on those knees, just hinge the hips forward, but don't hinge them so far forward that that lower back starts to dip. Keep that core nice and strong and pull your belly button into your spine. If you think about all those things, that lower back will not dip in. All right. So in about 30 seconds, we will get started. So moving around, if you want to get into some stretches, you can always go into a little cat-cow or, yeah. So bringing it head to tail. And then rounding it out. And then we'll get started in about 10. We're going to start with those bird dogs. So that right arm is going to connect and meet with that left knee for 10. Remember, as you bring that knee and elbow in, we're kind of rounding it up and in. So rounding that spine to pull that knee into the chest. All right. So we take it out and in 3, 2, and 1. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Dropping it down, left side in 3, 2, and 1. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Dropping it down to a tabletop, spreading the knees, sitting the hips back, big toes together, and we find a child's pose. All right, shifting that weight forward, we lay that stomach down, extending out those legs. And we're gonna go into those T raises. So remember, arms out by like a T, shoulders away from the ears. We are just gonna lift it up, squeeze. And as you lower down, we lower down to shoulder height. So for these, we're gonna go for 10. You're gonna be nice and controlled in 3, 2, and 1. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Dropping the palms, pressing it back. And let's bring the arms up above the head, pulling that right elbow down. Dropping that right arm, bringing it up, left elbow, we press it down. And we have those push-ups next. Then we finish round 1, then 2 more rounds. Dropping that left. Remember, I'm going to modify my push-ups, but feel free to challenge it up on the toes. They're just standard push-ups, so nothing crazy, promise. But if you're on the knees, try to hinge the hips forward. If you need to modify that, just sit them back slightly, but try and keep them forward without letting that lower back dip in. But we're going to go for 10 in 3, 2, and 1. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Pressing it back, and let's stand it up. Moving those legs around a little bit. Moving those arms, shaking it out, crossing them over. I feel like this might go too. This just feels good all around. Just hinging at those elbows, pulling it in, crossing it over. So we start again for round 2 with those bird dogs. So extending that right arm, left knee, and curling it in. So taking it right back down, we meet me in a tabletop position. Right arm is going to extend as well as the left leg, and we curl it in. So finding yourself with that right knee underneath that hip, left shoulders over that left wrist. But we go in 3, 2, and 1. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 3, 2, and 1. Dropping it down, and we extend that left side in 3, 2, and 1. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Dropping it down. Kind of shake it out a little bit. Kind of shifting side to side. Hinging at the elbow. One at a time. We have those T raises next for 10. We'll drop it down in 3, 2, and 1. Lowering the chest down. Nice and slow. Arms come out. Shoulders are pulled down. We're going to lift up in 3, 2, and 1. So 10, 9, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Dropping the palms down. Take it back up. Shift the weight. Stretch the arms. And walk the palms back. Shake out those arms a little bit. We have those push-ups next. Standard push-ups. So remember, modify on the knees, but we take it for 10 shortly in 10 seconds. All right, so just keep stretching it out a little bit longer. Can shift it back and forth, side to side. But we stack the shoulders, hinge the hips. We take it down in 3, or hinge the hips if you're on the knees. And we take it down in 3, 2, and 1. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it back. We stand it up one last time because we have one more round. One more round and that is it. Then you guys are done on a Tuesday. We'll take it back down in about 10 seconds to get started. All right, so lowering down right now. We align the joints first. We lift out of those shoulders. So if you're pushing yourself down, focus on rolling the shoulders down and back and pressing up and out. Pulling that belly button into your spine, keeping that tabletop back. We're going to extend out in 3, 2, and 1. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Dropping it down, left side in 3, 2, and 1. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Dropping it down, and we twist it side to side. So hinge at that right elbow and bring your, kind of shift that side so that left hip is sticking out. And switch it over, hinge at that left, switching it over. We're going to go into that T-raise next, laying the stomachs down in 3, 2, and 1. We lower that upper body. We extend those arms out. And remember, we squeeze at the top. We take it up in 3, 2, and 1. So 10, 9, 8, 7, for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Dropping the palms down, bring them by the sides. Hinge at those hips, take them back, and take the booty up to the heels. We're just going to go into one last round of arm circles. Keeping the arms in line with the shoulders, bring them forward. Chest is open, chin is off the chest. Just nice and controlled and pulling those shoulders down as we do this. And we have one last movement of those push-ups. What a way to finish, right? Push-ups, why not? All right, let's rotate those arms back. Pulling the shoulders down as we rotate. Dropping back down in 3, 2, and 1. Dropping the palms back down. So we have those push-ups. Remember, modify on the knees or challenge it on the toes. But if you're on the knees, we hinge the hips. Belly button is into the spine. And that neck is nice and long. We go in 3 for 10, 2, and 1. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Pressing it back, and you are done. Shaking out those arms, and just cross it over because it feels good. All right, so everybody, we have full body tomorrow, and then with me, found the hair. Been kind of looking for this whole class. All right. And then Thursday we have some lower body, but thank you guys so much for joining me today. Hopefully you got a little bit of a sweat on. I know mine's like a little shiny right now because I'm a little sweaty, but thank you guys all so much and have a great rest of your day.